All right, so this is the DotLoop class, and I'll show you how to access DotLoop. First, you go to your desk, select DotLoop. DotLoop will open. Here's your DotLoop. You can filter out all of your different loops by going to filter here, and you can narrow it down based off of these criteria. Okay, you can hide the archive, which I have set, or you can show all of your archives, or you can show them all. Right now, I'm hiding my archive. So any transactions that I've archived or that have closed out that I don't need to pay any attention to, they won't show. Simply like this one here, I can go ahead and archive it. And once it's archived, it will go away. All right. Or I will need to go to filters and show the archive. So let's say I want to write an offer on this particular listing. I have a buyers and they want to submit an offer. So the first thing that you need to do is go to the MLS. Here's the MLS, and I'm just going to simply copy the address here. Right click copy. My buyers want to submit an offer on this, so I right click copy, select copy the address. I'm going to go back to my DotLoop. All right, here's my DotLoop, my dashboard, and I am going to select add a loop. Here it is. Add a loop. Step 1. I am going to paste the address here. Okay. And as you can see, it found the address. So I'm just going to select that. That's the property address. I like to name my DotLoops after the property address. You don't have to, but that's a good rule of thumb for me. So I'm going to put the property address there. And I'm going to hit continue. All right, and here it says upload a photo. I like to upload photos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, click on the photo, right click on the photo, save the image as. I'm going to put this in my picture or whatever folder you want to put it in. I like to create a file for every property address that I'm dealing with. And I'm just going to put the property address there, save that photo. All right. Photo is saved to my computer. I'm going to go back to my DotLoop and upload that photo. And again, I know I may be going pretty quickly here, but I'm recording this for everybody. I'm in my pictures and I want to upload that photo. Don't look at all my pictures. Where did that picture go? Here it is. All right, there it is. You see? And I'm going to hit done. And my loop has been created. And I have the picture here, so I'll know which property this loop is for. So that's why I like to add the photos. Any questions so far? We just simply created a loop. Everybody's good? Good. If you have any questions, just go ahead and unmute your mic. Hey, Ms. Sanchez, I see you sneaking in. All right, so now that my loop was created, I think Millie has a question. I created my loop. So now what I want to do is I want to view the loop. I'm going to select here, view loop. My loop is created. There's the address. And here's my loop. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make sure, and this is top priority, make sure you label your transactions properly. Make sure, and what I mean by that is we're going to go here first, select transaction type. Again, I'm representing the buyer. So I'm going to go to transaction type and I'm going to select purchase. Okay. We're just going to keep it going. Select loop status. And we're going to, this is going to be a pre-offer. You see, I'm going to select that. And you can view details here if you want to. Yeah, you hit the view details. It takes you to the view details. This is very important. So I labeled my transaction purchase, pre-offer, and now view details. I'm in the details section. And this is where this will save you a lot of time, okay? This will save you a lot of time. All right, so I'm in view details and I want to fill out as much information as possible, because if I fill out as much information as possible here, I won't have to keep filling out each contract that's attached to my loop. So view detail here, first thing I want to do is add a person. And I'm going to add Bob the buyer. Okay. And Bob the buyer's email is bobbuyer@gmail.com. And his role is Bob the buyer is the buyer. You see? I can add more information if I want to, because it will just populate throughout the transaction, but I'm not. Most people don't do that, so I'm just going to leave that there. But what you do need is full name, and you will need email, okay? And you will need type. So he's the buyer, so I'm going to put buyer there. I'm going to go ahead and hit add person. So Bob the buyer is there. There he is. And Bob the buyer is married. So Bob the buyer has his wife, Billy Buyer. I guess Billy is a good female name. I don't know. And Billy Buyer, I think IE is the way you spell. And he is also the buyer, okay? And I'm going to add her to the loop, okay? You can, if you want to, you can go ahead and add the listing agent to the loop if you want to. Copy that information, go back to my loop, add person, paste that. Email is here. Copy email address, paste, role, that is the listing agent. Okay, listing agent is there, add that person. All right. Now, if you work on both sides, if you're fortunate to have the listing, you would probably want to go ahead and add your seller's information on there as well. All right, moving right along. So I have my 4 people on the loop. They're part of the loop, myself, Bob Buyer, Billy Buyer, and Michael, the listing agent. Make sense so far? All right. Deal type, buyer sale, you see. Property type, this is a single family home. It's not commercial, leave that blank. Listing office detail, branch office, you would go back to the listing agent. I'm sorry, go back to the MLS, and here's the list office information. Copy that. I can just paste that there. Listing info there, you see? And property details are already there. Parcel tax ID, again, I'm going to get that information from the MLS. Everything I need is right here in the MLS. So parcel ID is, where is that parcel ID? Well, I thought it was on here. Oh, tax ID, here it is. Sorry, copy that. I'm going to go back to here and I am going to paste it there. MLS number, just copy paste. It's very easy. Here's the MLS number. Anything that you can get, just go ahead and add it here. Purchase sale price, purchase price, how much do you want to offer on this property? $339, so I'm going to offer $330. Okay. And you can add as much information as you have. All of that is good. I'm not going to fill out any of that. Contract dates, you can fill that out if you want to. If you already know the closing date, I'm going to ask the closing date to be on the 25th, you see. Offer dates, these are your inspection deadlines. If you want to add that there, you can. Contract information, you don't have to do that. There's no referral, so I'm going to leave that blank. You can add a source here, listing information. Here we go. Don't need to add anything there because I'm not the listing agent. Geographic description, legal description is here. I know I need to add that, so I'm just going to go here, get the legal description. Copy that. Always need legal description on all of your contracts, okay? So add legal description there. Property, I don't need to add any of that. So I'm just going to hit save on that. Oh, one other thing, I'm so sorry. One other thing, my apologies. And forgive me for this. People, okay? I added myself automatically. I've added my buyers. My two buyers are here, okay? And the listing agent. Who else do you think I need to add? Anybody? Anybody at all? Who else do I need to add? I need to add the seller's names, okay? Although I don't have their information. Yes, Millie, you almost answered. I'm sorry, I spoke too soon. Although I don't have their full information, I don't have their email address, that's cool. That's okay. I'm not their agent, but I do want their names to populate automatically throughout the transaction. So what I'm going to do is go back to my MLS, as you can see here, and I'm just going to go right here to text. Select that. And here it is. Owner 1 and owner 2. There they are. So John James Rossi and Michelle L. Walters. Those are the names I need to add to the contract. So I'm just going to simply copy that. Copy. Go back to my loop. Add the person. Oops, sorry. Add person. And I'm going to add the name. Now I know this is the last name, so I'm just going to bring that to the left, to the end. All right, I don't have the email. The role is seller, okay? And I'll hit add person. All right, so I have the seller number 1. Add another person. Let me go back to here. Copy paste. This is the last name. I don't have the email. Whoops. I don't have the email, so I'm not going to add email, but I know this is the seller. Add person. All right, so there they are. All people are in the offer. And this is the hardest part about this, okay? It's just filling out this information, getting all this information in there. All right, any questions so far? Everybody's good? If you're good, just go ahead and raise your hand. Everybody's good. All right. All right. So save that and it's done. All that information is done. It's saved to the loop. So now I can go back to the loop. And here it is. They're all my people. Everybody's in a loop. Everybody looks good. Now I need to add the contracts. All right. So what I need to do is we have created templates for you already. So go to templates here. I'm going to go to templates and I know that let me look at the MLS. I'm going to go back to the MLS listing. I'm going to overlook this listing, read it very well, and I'm going to go to Realtor Remarks here. And as you can see in Realtor Remarks, the listing agent is asking me to, as you can see, it wants an as-is contract, okay? As is. Also, I already have Sunbelt Title. They gave me that information for the title company. I should have added them as my people as well. I can go back and add a person and add this information in as well. So it'll auto-populate through the transaction. So now I know to use it as is contract. That's what the listing agent is requesting. So I'll go back to my loop. Again, I went into my loop and I'm going to go into templates. And I am going to go into far bar as is right here, contracts. As you see, we've added that. And I am just simply going to add the contract. I want that part of my loop. Maybe I'll do counteroffer later, but right now we're just adding the documents that I need. All right, I'm just going to look through this. Community Development District. Let's see. Let's see if I need this document or not. I'm going to go back to my listing and CDD. There's no CDD, Community Development District, so I don't need that. Oh, good. Extension, I'm not there yet. Mode inspection, I don't need that yet. So I think that's all I need right now. Okay. So I'll just add that, copy that, hit OK. But that's not the only thing I need to submit my offer. Let me go back to templates here. And I also need buyer side forms. Okay, buyer side forms. Denise, do they need to add the My Deals cover sheet? No, this is a change form, so we don't need to add that. Correct. No, sorry. Shouldn't have even brought that up. All right. So what will I need from buyer side forms? I will need affiliate business disclosure statement. I'm going to add that. I'm going to need the AHS American Home Shield Home Protection. AHS, the plans. I need to add that to it. Buyer's disclosure and acknowledgement. I need to add that. I also need my closing instructions. I need to add that. Wait a minute. Do we need that now? Or is that part of My Deals, Denise? Add it. Yep. Add that. I have to add energy efficiency brochure. If you don't know, this is required by the contract. So add that. Always add that. EPA protection lead-based paint. Let's see if I need lead-based paint. Let me go back to the listing. This house was built in '86, so I don't need lead-based paint. Okay. Escrow deposit receipt verification. I'm going to go ahead and add that. I don't need lead-based paint. Release and cancel. I definitely don't need that yet. Hopefully, I won't need that. And that's it for what I need. So I'm going to copy those files to my loop. So I have all my files. There's one more place I need to go for documents. All right, one more place. So I have all the documents needed here. I got them from my template. I need to go back to my MLS and always click on the paperclip here and add any documents that the listing agent has added. Seller's property disclosure, going to add that. And again, I like to create a file for my transactions. So on my desktop, maybe I'll go to my desktop, new folder, and I'm going to call this real estate, okay, deals, or whatever you want to call it. That's my real estate folder still. Going to go in there, new folder, and I am just going to put the property address there. What is the property address? I'll make this the property address, whatever the property address is. Okay. Whatever. There we go. We're going to add the seller's disclosure from the MLS there, and we're going to add this rider here, HOA disclosure. Whoops, I didn't mean to open it, but let me. Right click, save link as. There you go. So I just saved both of these to that file on my computer. Oh, stop opening. Sorry about that. I didn't mean for that to pop open. All right, so now let me go back to my loop, and I'm going to add those those documents to my loop by browsing on my computer. And I know I put it on my desktop, and it's in my real estate deals, and here's that address. I'm just going to add both of these documents here. I'm going to select them both, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit open, and you can add multiple documents at once. As you can see, they are here. All right, any questions up to this point? If you have any questions, just click raise your hand. All right, so all of the documents are here. You have a question, Millie, or are you good? Okay, I guess we're all.
Yeah, yes, I do. There's some documentation that it has to be added. Just let me explain. Like it's mandatory. For example, like there's others that you will add it depending on a listing. For example, the paint and all that. But there's some other documentation that you must have on any transaction.
Yes.
There's some like list that we can just go through it and said, okay. I mean, I know that eventually we will know it, like by heart, but at the beginning, there's another, guidelines that you can follow and said, okay, I have this document, which is mandatory.
So Denise, since you're on, can you upload, what you will do is go into the chat box here and upload those 3 lists that you created for the orientation package? Is there a way you can add those to this chat box? You should go into the chat box, and under there's a paper clip where you can attach or upload from computer. If you don't mind adding those 3 documents, so that everybody on this call can go ahead and download those. And what Denise is going to do, she's going to add to this chat box a list of what documents you need. So take that list, and what you can do is you can create your own template folder. And we're going to do that here in a little bit. I'm going to show you, instead of using our folders that we created for you, you can create your own template folder. So you don't even have to worry about it. You can name it My Buyer Folder. So you can always go to your buyer folder, and your documents are there instead of all of the documents that we added in the folder, because you won't need that. But right now, this is what you need. So what I like to do here is I like to kind of put this in order. It doesn't have to be in this order. I like my transactions in order, organized. So what I know is the most important is this as is contract. Why do I have that at the bottom when I know I'm going to click on this the most? So I'm just going to simply drag this to the top. You see? Oh, I don't want to replace anything. I just want to simply drag it to the top. All right, just like that. You see? So now my as is at the top. All of this and my affiliated business arrangement, I know I need to get that done, filled out. and the buyer disclosure and acknowledgement. All of these are at the top. So honestly, the buyer's disclosure and acknowledgement and affiliated business disclosure, you only need to get these filled out once by your clients. And these should be filled out prior to you making an offer, okay? But most people simply do it this way. But I'd rather you get these two filled out once you meet your buyer, okay? All right, so let's fill this out. Remember, we did a lot of work in the view details. We've added as much information as we could. We added our contacts or people to the loop down here at the bottom. So let's see what this contract looks like. Here's the as is contract, so I'm going to click on that. As you can see, autofill. It has my buyer 1, buyer 2, seller 1, seller 2. Buying agent, you can select person there, and that will be me. Listing agent is there. Escrow and title, remember I told you I could have added them. I forgot to add them, but you can always add them as a person, so you don't have to fill it out in the contract. Company name, I thought I added that, but anyway, you can go here, should have been filled out, and I'll just go ahead and hit auto fill. And just like that, most of my contract is filled out. You see? The sellers are there, the buyers are there, the address is there, along with the legal description, property tax ID is there, the offer price, remember I added that is there. So there are still going to be some things that we need to fill out, but it's going to be very easy. So I don't want this class to be a contract class. This class is simply a DotLoop class, okay? So I don't want to answer any questions on how to fill out a contract class. I have another class for that, and it's pre-recorded. But basically, I'm going to do the escrow here. Of course, my DotLoop is frozen for some reason. All right, there we go. Escrow, we're probably going to do 3,000 for this. Then we're going to say that they are going to do a finance amount. They're probably going to do an 80% loan. So we're going to write 80% here. And we can do balance right here. I'm sorry, y'all, it's moving a little bit slow. All right. So that's a basic contract. And we want our sellers to respond to this contract within a timely manner. So we want them to respond to us by Thursday. My closing date, remember I filled that out on the details earlier. It already added the signing here so that it already assigned the spots properly for those who need to sign. All right, and we just need to fill out the contract, okay? Just fill out the contract. Let's go to the last page of the contract and see if that's all filled out properly. This makes your life a lot easier if you add the people properly in the beginning and add as much information in the beginning as you can under the details tab. My apologies, the internet is running slow. And here it is. As you can see, it filled out most of this information properly. I just need to add it's the same company. So you will add the listing broker's information there. All of the signing blocks are properly assigned. Made my life so much easier. This is pretty much done. Any questions on this? And we'll go through the other documents and you'll just need to fill those out. Go back. Yes, we want to save the changes. And again, I apologize that my internet is running slow. And looks like Denise added the documents. She uploaded the documents. She probably is probably the reason why my internet's running slow, because she's uploading documents. But you know, we'll blame her for that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm still spinning here, so my apologies. All right, so we're back in our loop. So, and we will just fill out all of these documents. Most of them are auto-populated. And then once we get them all filled out, what we can do is we can select all here. And which ones do we want to share with our clients? Okay. We don't want to share this one. And we probably don't want to share that one. Okay. So we want to share all of these. And then we can hit share. All right. Who do we want to share it to? I want to share it to my buyers because I want them to sign. As you can see, I want to make sure this says can sign. I don't want to include the sellers because I don't have their information anyway. The listing agent, I may want to add him, but I only want him to see view only, as you can see here. Okay. This way, they will only be able to view the documents, won't be able to make any edits to it. And then I simply hit share. Hit share, it's sent to their email, and all they need to do is sign it, and all parties have it. Michael Butler, the listing agent, will automatically get it in his inbox. However, once I get them signed back, I'm still going to send it to him again. Okay, I'm going to download it as a PDF and send it to him as a PDF, just to ensure that he got it. All right, any questions on that? We're all good? I hope I made that easy. As you can see, once you get them all back, they will have an indication that all parties signed. And then once they sign, if you want to make a print, you just select them all again and you simply print them from here. Okay? That is that with the contracts, the purchase contracts. All right, so I'm going to go back to my loops. And as you can see, what stands out? Boom, this loop stands out because I uploaded the picture. I got that picture from MLS. You can upload a person's face here if you want to, you can put any picture there that you want. All right. Last thing I want to cover is the templates. Go to templates. And what you can do is you can create a new folder. You see here, new folder. Your folder name is I like to call it my buyer packet. Okay. Create folder. There it is. You see, I just created my own folder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those lists that Denise uploaded to the chat box, and I'm going to go to templates here. I'm in my folder, okay? Make sure you stay in your folder. My folder is selected. And then within your folder, it's saying what documents do you want to add? I want to go to templates. Then I want to add documents from, the first thing I want to add is the as is contract here. I know I need that. And copy that. Okay. I'm also going to add templates, the FAR bar contract. Copy that. Okay, so I can pick and choose which contract I want to add or use for each template, or I'm sorry, for each loop. And then I'm going to go to, I'm still in my folder. I'm going to go to templates. I'm going to get that sheet that Denise uploaded. And I'm going to go to buyer side forms, and I'm going to pick the forms that I need. I know I need affiliated buyer, affiliated business disclosure. I know I need the American Home Shield, and I know I need buyer's disclosure and acknowledgments, and so on and so forth. Okay. I'm going to add the documents. I'm going to go ahead and add the escrow verification, lead-based paint. All right, copy that. And there they are. So now, instead of me having to use the pre-populated folders that we created for you, now you have your own folder. And of course, you can arrange the documents however you want in your own folder. Okay, so I would create my buyer packet. I would create my listing packet, and so on and so forth. And there you go. And of course, you can move this if you want to. No need to move it, but you can. Any questions so far? So that's pretty much it. So now that I have my own folder, when I create a new loop, upload the photo. I have a guest that says they cannot upload the documents. If you type in your email address, we'll email it to you right away. So just go ahead and type in your email address. If you could not get the documents open or did not get the documents, just type in your email address and we'll send out the documents to you. I've created my new loop. I'm going to view loop. Here's my loop. I'm going to go into and select the type if it's a listing or a purchase. Loop status, pre-offer, view details. I'm going to fill out the details here. Get that from the MLS or the tax record. Once I fill out all of the information, add the people. Okay, we can save that. Once it's all saved, go back to the loop. And now templates. I go to template, and the template that I will use is my own folder. I don't have to use the ones that the company created for you. I can just go to mine, and it's already organized for me, much quicker and easier for me. I can select them all if I want, copy them all to my loop, just like that. Hit OK. And they're all in there. All right. So that is, who is our unknown guest? I know, right? Unknown guest, please type your email. So that is our DotLoop, and that's the, if you have any questions, let me know. Please stop sharing my screen. All right, any questions?
Where are we able to view this recording?
It will be a link in this chat box, so you should be able to go through your Teams and go back to the chat box, but I will send it out to you. It will also be on my YouTube channel. Let me give you that.
Okay. And then also, are we able to go into DotLoop and play around like you just did? Can I create?
Absolutely.
False?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't send it to anybody.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.